Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome to the very first video here on WWE 2k23. Yes, we're live with 2k23 here on the channel. I did get it after all, and I'm excited. I know I said no wrestling, but here we are, and I'm excited to bring this to you guys today. We got a lot in store for this game. As you can see today, we will be starting a MyGM series here on the game. I had a small one back on 2k22. I just didn't really do a good job of keeping up with it, but I have a lot in store for this game. I want to make this game huge here on the channel as we get closer and closer to 1,000 subscribers, and I thank you guys so much for all of that progress. But we're going to start off with MyGM Mode. If you're excited for this one, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more 2K content here on the channel. As far as Universe Mode goes, I am still in the process of wrapping it up on WWE 2k22 before we bring it over to 2k23, including a couple of premiere pay-per-views coming up. But yeah, maybe at some point we'll get to My Rise, My Faction, and Showcase Mode. Just let me know what you guys want to see here on the channel as regards to WWE 2k23, but I do want to give you guys a MyGM Mode experience here. So that's what we're going to do. Let's launch in and get started. As this used to be my favorite mode when I was a kid back on the SmackDown vs. Raw games. It wasn't fully developed, I would say, last year, but yeah. Hopefully they did. I've seen they've done a better job this year. I'm sorry, Xavier, I already know how this works. So welcome to MyGM. Your first big choice will be deciding which GM you'll be to take your brand to the next level. Each GM has their own unique power card that only they can use. Power cards are useful tools that can use to gain advantages in your season. Choose wisely because you won't be able to change your mind later. Yeah, we know all that. Xavier Woods. So we got Adam Pearce, Sonya Deville, Stephanie McMahon, Xavier Woods, Tyler Breeze, Kurt Angle, Eric Bischoff, Mick Foley, and I like all of the options they have this year. So I like all of the GM options this year, but I am actually going to go with Adam Pearce because I do like his power card, the best instigator, increases the levels of all active rivalries by 1. I do think that can come in handy later on in the season. So we are going to do him. See, choosing a brand, just like your GM choice, the brand you select will also have a unique power card specific to that brand to create a combination that will take your brand to the top. Now, I know you can do a lot of options: SmackDown, Raw, NXT, NXT 2.0, WCW, but I am going to keep it with the current setting. Maybe I'll do a future series with, like, back in the day, like Monday Night Wars, but we are going to do SmackDown versus Raw. And last year I did do SmackDown, so this year I will be mixing it up and doing Raw, and therefore we get the power card. This is War. Select an opposing brand to have 3 randomly selected superstars that cannot be booked in matches next week, cannot be used this week before a PLE. So the opposition, now select your rivals for the opposing brand. It will be a CPU, and I do think we're going to go with somebody who we didn't have in the game last year. I think I'm going to make it Kurt Angle, try to take down the Olympic gold medals. He gets the Heart of Gold. All charity promos are free to book and have their results doubled that week, and he will be leading SmackDown. So let's confirm that, and let's get on with it. I am going to make the AI difficulty on normal just because I think this mode is kind of hard anyway, and the computer kind of cheeses the match types and everything, so I'm going to keep them on normal. Game difficulty, 2 mid-card matches during regular shows, 3 during PLEs. Small budget reduction in later seasons, medium morale. So what's the difference? Hard, moderate budget reduction later season. Increased injury chances. I think I'm going to go on hard though for game difficulty. Medium, AI, hard, game. I am going to up the budget a little bit. Let's do the most just because I think having a bigger roster is more important in this MyGM, just because you have, you know, tag titles and the secondary titles. It's kind of hard to do that with just a $2.5 million budget. So we're going to go to 3.25. Player order, straight, snake. Yeah, we'll do straight. And then shakeups. Yes, I do want shakeups. Draft pool, we're going to keep it on default. And then auto draft. No, I do not want to auto draft. So let's get started. Get the draft done this episode and see who we have on our Raw roster. So here are the draft rules. Each GM will start with a budget of $3.25 million. GMs will take turns drafting one after the other. There will be 9 rounds of drafting. After the 9th round, drafting becomes optional. GMs can opt out or draft until they are out of cash. Tip: GMs can press R3 to get recommendations on who to draft. You can also press squared to get more information about a superstar. And let's get going. I do know about the roles, good guys and bad guys. And then you want to do 1 matchups that'll get the best ratings. Bruisers versus fighters, specialists versus anyone, and the Giants versus cruisers. That's something nice to keep in mind. and you'll find the goods and bads when you mix and match different classes. And let's get our roster going, as we know all that. And we get the first pick, and it says the top superstar is Becky Lynch, followed by John Cena, Roman Reigns, Asuka, and Finn Balor. With our first pick, I think it only makes sense that we get the best superstar in the WWE today, and we are going to take Roman Reigns with our top selection. And SmackDown, they are going to go John Cena, so I'm glad that the AI is not selecting something dumb to start off. John Cena is actually a wise option. So we picked our top male superstar. Now it's time to pick our top female superstar. And here's where it gets interesting, because Becky Lynch is at the top. That's who you would expect to be the top. But right below her, for about $1,500 cheaper, is Asuka. And Asuka actually has one more pop than Becky Lynch. So I do think Asuka is actually the better selection here in the second round. And that is exactly who we'll take. SmackDown will go down the line and we'll get MVP, so a little bit of an interesting selection there. He is a good matchup with John Cena, so that is something we guess we could do, or they could do down the line. We'll go down, and I think now that they've selected two male, I think maybe we should double up and actually get a female superstar who will kind of help us out. And I do believe maybe Rhea Ripley for a cheaper option works best here. She has 59 pop. She's cheaper than a lot of the other top women, and she goes well with Asuka, so that could be our top women's feud to begin. So we are going to select Rhea Ripley here in the third round, while the computer does get the top female star. They do get Becky Lynch. So it's time to make our fourth selection. Here's an interesting one. I found somebody a little bit down the list for cheaper who also still has 60 pop, and he goes well with Roman Reigns. So I think Shinsuke Nakamura here in round 4 is actually a pretty solid steal. So we're going to select Nakamura in round 4, and the computer will go Finn Balor. So it looks like they're going to have Balor and Cena be their top rivalry. Now, the fifth round, this might be an interesting selection, but I also want to build a little bit toward the future, and right here, for $229, you got Gunther, who has 60 pop and 86 stamina. He is a workhorse machine. He would be our top stamina on the roster. So let's actually go Gunther here in the fifth round to beef up the size. They're going to go Angelo Dawkins. That hurts a little bit because I did want to bring the Street Profits in for a tag team to be maybe our staples in the tag team championship. So it's going to have to move us around a little bit in that regard. And speaking of tag teams, yeah, I think it's best that we kind of get our top tag team staple in the division. They have both Usos here, so we're going to try to double up, get both Usos, see how it works out. We'll go with Jay first. The computer, hopefully they don't pick Jimmy. No, they go with Alexa Bliss. That's nice. So we're able to get Jay and Jimmy in back-to-back rounds and get a top tag team in our tag division. They're going to go down the list and select Dewdrop, so it looks like maybe they're feeling a little bit of the budget crunch. We still got a lot of money to play with here. So let's see what we can actually do here in this round. How about adding Randy Orton? You can't go wrong adding the Viper, the legend in the making himself. And plus he goes well with Roman Reigns. So we're going to add Randy Orton here in round 8. Computer, they're going to go Robert Roode. So definitely trying to save money. They now have more to play with than we do as we continue to beef up our roster. We think we need to add a couple more women. We only got 2 on the roster. So I think Bayley here for only 214, 58 pop, and 79 stamina is a wise choice here. So we're going to go with the role model herself. And SmackDown, they're going to get Montez Ford. So they've completed the Street Profits tag team. And now we get into the optional rounds where we don't have to draft any superstars if we don't want to. But we still have 1.1 to play with. So I do think we're going to keep it going here. And I do have an eye. I'm going to double up, I think, on women as well. And we're going to add Liv Morgan for cheaper, high stamina. And I think she could just be the workhorse, maybe take some wins, take some losses here or there. So I think she is kind of a nice spot to have. They're going to go R-Truth, some more of the cheaper approach. SmackDown trying to save some money. We still got a little over $1 million to play with, so we can add definitely some big-time names. And speaking of big-time names, how about adding Edge to the roster? We have Randy Orton. Do we go back with Rated RKO, have them feud with the Usos and company? I say why not? $240,000. We got $1 million. Why not add the Rated R superstar to the mix in the round 11? They're going to go Austin Theory. That's a nice young prospect to have for SmackDown. So I think in the 12th round, I think we're going to go with Sami Zayn here. I know he's listed as a heel, and he's technically got the whole bloodline things going on in this game, but he works well with Gunther, and he could easily play both heel and face roles. So I think for 56 pop, only 207,000, we could definitely add him to the roster. He can give Gunther a good rivalry, as well as kind of push maybe a couple of other guys we had later. And if we want to compare him with Roman Reigns, we can, and the Usos. So I think Sami Zayn, we can do a lot with them. I think he's a nice selection here in the 12th round. The computer, they're going to go down the list and add Gigi Dolan for only 121, so they're just trying to add as many names as possible. And speaking of Sammy, if we want to turn him good guy, I know he's 235,000, but maybe Kevin Owens. We can add another tag team to our tag team division, give us 3 solid, and if they want to, they can feud with each other. They can, go their separate ways as singles. So I think Kevin Owens going here in round 13 is not bad at all. And then SmackDown, they're going to go Ivar in the 13th round, so try to go a little cheaper. And we only have 336, so maybe we make one more selection and then just kind of, hone in. I think 14 is a solid number to have. So I think I tried to find the best value female I could, and I think this is the best one. Raquel Rodriguez, the Giant, so she matches well with Cruiser, so she does good with Liv. And, being a monster, she could easily be a monster face. She could be a monster heel. She's got 90 stamina, 48 pop, and only 130,000. So maybe I think we add Raquel Rodriguez here, and that puts us at 206. Maybe we have enough money to go after one more, as they add Noam Dar in the 14th round. And I think we are going to add one more here in the 15th round, and this might be an odd selection. But we're going to go with Akira Tozawa. Why? Well, he's cheap. He's only 137, so that still leaves us around 70,000 in money to build our first show. And he's got 50 pop. That's a lot, I feel like, for Akira Tozawa, which means we can kind of bleed him a little bit for another superstar. Maybe give it to somebody who we matches well with, like Kevin Owens could get it. Maybe we give it to somebody we decide to sign later. I think Akira Tozawa, 50 pop, that's honestly not bad for 137,000. So we'll select him in the 15th round, and that'll complete our roster. I think we have a pretty solid look here. Roman, Asuka, we got the Usos, Randy, Rhea, Gunther, Nakamura. I think this is a very solid roster for us. SmackDown, they're going to keep going. It looks like they'll select Shayna Baszler in the 15th round, and then they'll select Xia Li in the 16th and continue to flesh out their women's division, and then they'll call it quits. So they have a pretty solid roster themselves. They have the 16-time world champion John Cena. They got Becky Lynch, Street Profits, Alexa Bliss, Finn Balor. Not a bad roster to have some competition. As here's a look at the recap. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you think we won the draft? Do you think SmackDown did? I want to know your info. But that'll do it for the draft as we get ready for our first show. There's also the new addition this year in the Hall of Fame. This was not in 2K22, but it says it's everyone's dream to someday make it into the WWE Hall of Fame. To get there, you'll need to prove that you have what it takes to manage your talent, money, and brand to the top. Complete career achievements and seasonal challenges over the course of your GM career to keep your eye on the prize and beat the opposing GMs to the Hall of Fame. Let's see, to enter the Hall of Fame and prove you're the best, be the first GM to earn 10 Hall of Fame trophies. Trophies can be awarded through either career achievements or seasonal challenge. Entering the Hall of Fame will allow you to continue playing or retire your save file. I do kind of want to continue this series past just the 25 weeks of the first season, so I think it is definitely our goal to make it to the Hall of Fame. Best, good luck. And I have no idea whose signature that is. But our first episode is Portland, Oregon, as it looks like we're going to build towards SummerSlam to begin. Triple H has sent us a message that says, tonight is the night, the debut show. We have high hopes for you. And I will say we were born to do this. We were born to be a WWE 2K GM. Good. I'm expecting big things of Raw this season. Make it an amazing show. We will do. Kurt Angle, our rival GM, says, Pierce, how's it going? Just wanted to wish you luck for the coming season. We'll look forward to it over at SmackDown. I appreciate it, Kurt, to give us a little bit of nice things. Obviously, the likes of John Cena on our books, we think we're going to give Raw more than a run for its money. I guess we're going to have to find out. I guess we will, Kurt. I guess we will. So the last things we need to do is select our champions, our Raw and Smack and Women's Champion, WWE and Raw Women's Champion, excuse me. And this is interesting because whoever you select as champion gets 10 plus to their popularity. Now you could either, a couple ways you can go this, you can either give it to your top star and just completely just have them be the main draw, or you can kind of give it to somebody else and help them be champ and help propel their popularity. Maybe give you 2 top stars. I think we are going to give it to our top star here in the men's side of things. There's nobody really else I want to give it to, Maybe we could give it to Kevin Owens. He would be the top star, but I do think Roman Reigns should be our top man going forward. And then the women's side of things, this is also interesting. I think there's a couple of women here who are worthy of it, and I do think we're going to mix it up. I think I'm going to give it to Bayley, who is a specialist, so she can go work well with anybody, and she'd be our top women, so she can put on a good championship matches with the likes of many people. So I think that's what we're going to do. We know about journal and commissioner goals. This is what we want to accomplish and get more power cards and get some more money as the show goes on. But that's going to do it for the draft. As we get ready to book our first show, we have 4 matches, all the good stuff, all logistics. Yes, we'll be in a high school gym to begin, and we can sign some more people. And I do have legends active, so we could sign some legends if we wanted to. Just kind of makes the series more fun. I know I like realistic series, but you know, not everything has to be super ultra realistic, as well as power cards and stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see if we can get Raw to the tip top here in MyGM Mode. I'm excited for the series to be the start here of WWE 2k23. I hope you guys are ready for this, as well as more content here on the game, as we now have it. We're going to keep it rolling here in 2023. And also, again, in the comment section, let me know what you guys want to see here on the game. If you want to see some more GM mode, maybe if you want to see me do a My Rise, a showcase mode, or you know, anything else. My faction, I haven't really done that, but you know, I'm all for it. And maybe we can get a couple of live streams going in there. So I do want to make this a big game here for the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll get into booking our shows in the coming weeks and the coming episodes. But I think that's it for this one. So thank you guys so much for joining. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave that like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more 2K content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.